Hi guys, and welcome to the Coronation Street podcast. I do want to apologise for the echo effect that was on the previous podcast. That is a feature that is built into my microphone that I didn't realise I had left switched on. So it is in the opposition now, so I can tell you that this shouldn't happen again. So, let's just jump right into it, and go through what I thought about everything that happened on the cobbles this week. So, first of all, we've got Adam and Eve have split up, which I was very upset about, because I was a big fan of those two getting together. So, Eve has said she's going to leave for America. She is still here at the moment, and she is going to surely show signs of her pregnancy in due time. So I'm not sure when Eva is going to leave. My subscribers will know that I uploaded two videos today. One of them being a video of Phelan and Summer. And I uploaded this just because I absolutely love the character of Phelan. I think I said it in my previous podcast. He is just one of my absolute favourite characters, just because of just how twisted he is. And when he says something, there's almost a dramatic irony there, in that the audience knows what he means by it, but the other characters, you have no idea just how far he means what he's going to say. When he asks Summer, "Did you catch that guy's registration number?" And Summer goes, "No." She's still a bit shocked by what's happened. And Phelan just goes, "Don't worry, I did." It's absolutely, I was in absolute stitches, just because I doubt they'd even show it in the program, but I can just imagine Phelan just wandering off on one of the days, because obviously we only see 3 days a week. We don't see the other 4 days in the week. So on one of those days, Phelan is tracking this guy down, and we don't even get to see that. That is just something that we know is going to happen. It's just fantastic. So I uploaded that just because I know getting copyright by ITV, but I just uploaded it just because it was such a great scene for me. And I think what Phelan we didn't really see much of Phelan this week. Otherwise, he was almost a good guy this week. Maybe even an anti-hero, you could call him. I think he's done too many evil things for him to be considered an anti-villain. He's anti-hero. He is a villain. He's definitely the villain of the show, and he's going to be written off very soon, which I'm so upset about, because he's such a good character. He is. I'd almost go say my favorite character, just because of what he brings to the show. The show is going to be very different without him, and yeah, I'm not looking forward to when he's not going to be in the show anymore, just because of what he adds. And it's that iconic red van as well. There was the episode last week. Was it like, it must have been last week, with Faye, and Nicola sees his red van, and she knows that Phelan's there. That is just, he has made his mark on the soap, and it is tragic that he's not going to be on the show for much longer. But all good things have to come to an end. So the other video that I uploaded, which I found quite funny, was the one of little Hope and Liam going, "Oh, grown-ups are weird." Now tell me about it. About how Maria, Liam's mum, is having a laugh at Tyrone for going on a date with Sean. And I just love how in 2018, the year we're in now, you've got it so that kids are just completely unfazed by the fact that two people can be in a relationship. It doesn't matter what gender they are. So when Hope finds out that, her dad's been on a date with a man. It's just like, and so what? I think that's just, it's so 2018. It's so current year, and I just found it very funny because I couldn't imagine ever seeing anything like that. Maybe even 3 or 4 years ago. It was something I found very funny. So we'll speak about Sean and Tyrone because that was quite an interesting thing. How Tyrone pretended to be gay on the date, and he just so he could get his food at half price, and he was like calling Sean, "Oh Shawnee, oh Shawnee." It's so funny, and Sean was embarrassed because he wanted to go out with the gay waiter. So that was that storyline. So we move on now to Billy, who is in so much pain from his accident that was caused by Peter. And I have to feel for Billy because it must be unimaginable what he's going through. He has now got a problem with painkillers. Adam has been giving him painkillers, and Eva found out. This can tie back to Adam and Eva's relationship because Eva found out after she split with Adam, and Eva's absolutely furious with Adam and threatens to call the police. Peter persuades her otherwise and convinces Adam to stop giving Billy the painkillers, and Adam up sticks and leaves, which so that he stops doing it. Because Adam wants to avenge his mother, because about 17 years ago, a younger Billy was involved in Adam's mother's death, which Adam found out about. But I don't believe that Billy knows that Adam knows. Billy knows Peter knows, because Peter was the reason why he's so injured, because Peter accidentally resulted in him falling off a cliff. So there's that. So I'm not sure because I believe that Billy doesn't know that Adam knows, because I feel like there would have been some sort of confrontation between the two of them. So that's Billy spoken about. So I do feel for Billy, and hopefully he gets better soon. So now we'll move on to the whole Sinead and Daniel saga. So Sinead arrives at the flat that Daniel's in some rather revealing gear that I don't believe I would normally see before the 9 o'clock watershed. So Sinead arrives in her coat, absolutely freezing, and then she takes off her coat. It's sort of that reaction that Daniel has to seeing her, and yeah, it's nice to see Sinead and Daniel. I mentioned it last week that I wasn't sure how I felt about the whole Sinead, Daniel, Chesney saga, but coming to think of it, I actually do quite like Sinead and Daniel together. So it was quite pleasing. It was a nice surprise for me. I thought that Carla was a bit too old for Daniel. It was nice to see Daniel with someone a similar age to him, and you got to envy Daniel because Sinead is drop dead gorgeous, and when she was in that outfit. So yeah, although as Daniel said, he thinks the outfit looks better on the floor. What a boy, what a boy. Yeah, Carla is getting a kidney from Aidan, and Aidan has gone on a date with Sarah. And I quite like Aidan and Sarah together, actually. I mean, both very attractive people, Sarah especially. And yeah, it's a nice dynamic. I'm not sure if anything will come of it. I think Aidan, Shane Ward, is going to leave the cobbles soon. So I imagine that there's probably not going to be a relationship there. But it was nice to see two characters that wouldn't normally interact with each other on a date, quote unquote date. Yeah, that was always nice. Two characters I don't really like together are Bethany and Craig. I don't know how I feel about Craig. Craig is a very bizarre character for me, and I have no idea why Craig and Bethany are in a relationship because I feel Bethany's way out of Craig's league, and I feel so sorry for Bethany because her mind is so warped, and she's got this portrayal of herself that she's feels like she's out of Craig's league, and I give Craig the fact that he is a very nice bloke, but I feel like if I was Bethany, I wouldn't really want to be going out with Craig. I believe Bethany did say before the whole Nathan saga that she was only really attracted to people that were older than her, men older than her. And Craig, I believe Craig would be slightly younger than Bethany. If I've got my years right, I believe Craig is younger than Bethany. And so I find that strange, but then maybe because of the whole Daniel thing, she's decided, no, I don't want to be going out with anyone older than me. Actually, no, Craig would be older than Bethany. 'Cause Bethany's not 18, is she? And Craig's about, yeah, Craig will be about a year older than Bethany. Apologies there. So yeah, so I guess that's fine. But Bethany did say she only wanted to go out with people that were much older than her. So, but again, yeah, after the whole Nathan saga, I imagine that she's probably not going to want to be going on dates with older people. But no, Craig bothers me as a character. I don't like it. I don't think that the chap that plays him is a particularly good actor, Colson Smith. I feel for him. I watching him. I imagine he's trying his hardest, but when I watch Craig, I don't feel like I'm watching Craig. I feel like I'm watching an actor playing Craig, which is not really what I want to be seeing when I'm watching my soap. I want to be taken away from the struggles of my day-to-day life and just enjoying watching the characters. You get that a lot with child actors as well, that some of their acting is quite poor. Although on Coronation Street, you don't really get that many bad child actors. In fact, I think all the child actors are quite good at what they do. Unlike in Emmerdale, you've got a couple of poor ones, but I can forgive that because they are only children. But with Craig, he did come onto the show as a child, and I believe he's remained in the role. But I don't think the actor that plays him is particularly good at it, and I do feel for him because I can see he's trying, and that yeah, and I don't know where I feel about this whole autism storyline either. You see on the cover that I put him there. It's so bizarre, the whole OCD thing, and I get that there are people that struggle with it, but I feel the writers is going, oh, let's have an OCD character, and let's not make it a minor OCD. Let's make it like full on scale 10 OCD, sort of the fact that he's an hour late for his date with Bethany because he's turning on and off appliances. And I get there are people that struggle with OCD, but it's varying layers of OCD, and it's so rare that you'd find someone with such an extreme case. It would be much better if the writers could have made it a more believable level, that it was just a minor thing, and have other characters. I mean, all the other characters are picking up on it. And Maria says, "Oh, that all the plugs keep getting switched off when Craig's around," and something weird like that. But yeah, it's very very bizarre for me, and I get that there are people that do suffer with this, and I imagine it can be quite a crippling condition to have. So it's is interesting. Well, it's not interesting actually for me. I'm not actually that invested in the storyline, and I've been tempted to fast forward uh, those scenes with Craig. Um, So that's that. And the last thing I need to talk about is Michelle. Now Michelle is a character that I'm not the biggest fan of at most times. I completely felt for her after she lost her unborn son Rory. I really did feel for her, but I hated the way she was with Steve, the way she completely flipped out. And before then as well, Michelle has never really been a character I particularly liked that much. Um, but I did feel for her again tonight when her son has started working at the doctor's. Liz conveniently gets her job back as receptionist at the same time, and Michelle uncannily has to go to the medical centre. Never has to go to the medical centre normally, but on the day that her son gets his placement there, oh look, Michelle's cut her hand, and now she's had to go to the uh, medical centre. So it was a bit far-fetched that it would all take place on the same day, but I guess you have to cut them some slack. You have to forgive the writers. It's so difficult to juggle so many storylines because there are so many storylines uh, that go on in the show. So yeah, no, definitely cut the writers some slack. But yeah, I really do. I do feel for Michelle. She's not a character I particularly like. And as well, I wouldn't wish anything bad on her though, and I hate the fact that her son seems to be rejecting her. And I completely felt for Michelle as well when she was going through all that stalkery stuff with that Will bloke. I hated Will the first time he was on the show before he was made out to be the stalker, and then he comes back, and even before he's revealed to the audience as the stalker, I was thinking, I think it might be that Will bloke. And I was hoping it as well because I was hoping that if he was revealed as the stalker, it would probably mean that we're not gonna see his character again, and he'll probably get written off or something. So yeah, so I mean yeah, I wouldn't wish anything bad on Michelle, but I don't particularly like Michelle either. I think that's really all that needs to be said about this week on Coronation Street. I think I've vaguely skipped by the whole Summer thing because I was mainly talking about feeling and the fact that Summer is having to do a lot of work around the house to care for Billy, and as a result, Billy has said that he wants Summer to stay with Pat and Eileen, so that Summer doesn't see him in the state and that she gets to enjoy her life. Because I do feel really bad for Summer the way she seems to take the responsibility on herself to look after people she cares about. She cared for her dad while he was dying of cancer last year, and particularly wanted to do that, and now wants to take a role looking after Billy as well, which you have to think all credit to the character of Summer. So yeah, that was something that I just remembered that needed to be said. But I believe I've gone through all the storylines. I can't think of anything else that's happened. If I have missed out anything, please let me know in the comments below, and I'll reply, and I'll probably bring it up next time. Now, if you listen to my Emmerdale podcast, I forgot to sign off with the whole leave a like, comment, and subscribe thing. I'm sure you will do on that, and on this video as well. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Please subscribe, guys, because it really helps me out. And push the bell if you want to be notified when I upload more videos. I tend to upload quite frequently. And other than that, I'll see you guys all next week. Thank you.